The day the government stopped paying people to buy EVs, consumers went into shock. The question is, can EVs recover?
September the 30th, 2025, the $7,500 federal tax credit vanished overnight. No countdown, no farewell tour, just gone. It changed everything from showroom prices to boardroom panic.
The question is, are they done? Or is this when EVs finally grow up?
I'm driving 4 cars that define what comes next. The 2026 Nissan Leaf, the Volkswagen ID Buzz, the Ford Mustang Mach-E GT, and Audi's A6 e-tron.
So, let's clear the air literally before the energy vampires do.
When the credit ended, Washington said it was about market maturity. The EPA softened emission targets, the NHTSA slowed fuel economy hikes, and the $5 billion national charger rollout temporarily paused.
So, no more free money and fewer fast chargers. I sarcastically say, perfect timing.
But manufacturers didn't run, they pivoted. Price cuts, financial deals, and smarter tech. The race is back on. Only now it's with their own cash on the line.
So meet the new Nissan Leaf. Cheaper than a Tesla paint option and probably twice as sensible.
Built in Tennessee, the 2026 Nissan Leaf starts around $29,900. It doesn't need a tax credit to make sense because it was designed for real people with real wallets.
Range is respectable, 303 miles. Not necessarily brag-worthy, but you won't need a charging map tattooed to drive this one. Over 300 means a buy for many consumers.
New battery chemistry improves lifespan by 20% and reduces lithium content by 30%. Nissan calls it sensible sustainability. My translation, we can finally make money on this thing.
Inside, some soft touch materials which look kind of nice, and then that sort of pretend leather which I think is top notch, and the screens finally feel modern in this vehicle.
The infotainment now runs on Nissan's new connected OS with voice assistants that actually listen. Safety Suite 360 is standard, 5 stars for safety and not for costing your sanity.
Now, the Leaf is the Democrat of EVs. It's quiet, it's earnest, and it's really unbothered by trends.
If this is the foundation for affordable electrics, we're off to a strong start. Just don't expect track times. This is a commuter, not a combat vehicle.
Now, some vehicles whisper eco-cred, while other ones shout surfs up through a vegan upholstered megaphone.
The ID Buzz finally lands in America. 3 rows, 12-inch infotainment, and enough LED lighting to make a Cybertruck blush.
Now, power is 282 horsepower. The range, they say about 260 miles, but I just charged this and it shows 292 miles. And the emotion, well, that's off the charts.
Yes, it's pricey, around $60,000, but you're buying smiles per gallon. Or per watts. This thing turns heads like a retro rock star at a Tesla meet.
The downside, the weight nearly 6,000 pounds. That's one hippie bus short of a moon landing.
0 to 60 in under 6 seconds and DC fast charging from 10 to 80% in 30 minutes. But the real story is cabin space. You could film a podcast back there. Actually, don't give me any ideas.
Now, the Buzz proves that electric can be fun without being fast. It's the EV with a soul.
And in a market suddenly short on federal incentives, soul might be what sells cars next.
Remember when Mustang used to burn rubber instead of watt-hours? Well, meet the Mustang Mach-E GT, the electric car with an ego.
480 horsepower, 634 pounds-feet of torque and 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. It's a family car that thinks it's in Fast and Furious 12.
Ford's credit strategy is just skip the credits and give you 0% financing instead. It's the same math, but with less bureaucracy.
The GT gets updated software, a sportier front motor, and new track mode calibration. EPA range dips to around 250 miles, but with that acceleration, you won't care until you see the charging bill.
It's not perfect. The ride is firm, the noise on the inside when you accelerate fake, and the front grille looks like it's smelling something a little odd.
Yet this is how EVs win back hearts, with speed, character, and a name that actually means something. The Mach-E GT proves the future can still be fun and slightly irresponsible.
Now for something calmer and quieter than your neighbour pretending to own Bitcoin.
Audi's A6 e-tron sits on the PPE platform shared with Porsche and promises up to 321 miles of range and 270 kilowatt charging. It's the most German way to say, relax, we've engineered the future.
So inside there's a tech binge, the panoramic OLED screens, the augmented reality HUD, and a steering wheel that feels more like you're having a conversation than you're giving commands to the car.
0 to 60 in under 5 seconds, quattro grip, and air suspension that reads the road ahead. If the Leaf is the foundation, this is the penthouse suite with valet charging.
The A6 e-tron isn't cheap, but it is proof that luxury and logic can share a socket.
In the post-credit era, it's cars like that will justify prices through tech and trust, not government checks. And Audi's betting that's exactly what buyers want.
So, where does the EV world go from here?
Short-term, sales dip. Discounts rise, and everyone's pretending they've planned it this way. Long-term, cheaper batteries, solid-state tech, and a charging network that might actually work before your kids graduate.
Now, the EV train is still moving, it's just paying its own fare now.
The Leaf shows us affordability. The Buzz proves EVs can have personality. The Mach-E GT keeps them excited. And the A6 e-tron makes them aspirational. Together, that's the future.
I'm Nik Miles, and I love my job.